We got 93 overall team of the week, Eddie Lacy, who we are reviewing today. Came out yesterday. He's going to go ahead and have ground and pound and short pass chemistry. 90 speed, 97 trucking, 92 ball carrier vision, 91 carry, 93 juke move, and 91 acceleration. He also has 98 stiff arm. And you guys are not excited about this guy. 24 rushes for 124 yards and a touchdown. He also added one catch for 24 yards. He's not very fast. Carrying is okay. Just kind of meh is what he is. You know, the team of week star that everybody was really excited about was Khalil Mack, even though he was at right end. We're going to see, though, man. I mean, we're going to try him out because I know a lot of you guys don't really want to go out there and actually pick him up. A lot of you had this talk earlier. That's how he matches up against him. And then, of course, we did that review on Maurice Jones-Drew. So here I was against him. Like, he's not that better than Maurice Jones-Drew. Of course, the team of the week AP, same overall, is a lot better, except for carry and truck, but not behind him by much. And then remember that team of the week, Muscle Hamster or Doug Martin, who's one overall less? I mean, he's a lot better. Now, of course, you know, the overall of cards, like, stop focusing on that because that doesn't really dictate how good or bad the player actually is. The reality is how good is he on the field. So now we went against somebody who had a stacked team. Like, both of the people you're going to see in these games are stacked teams. And, of course, on third down, we went ahead and got the stop with the sack as he tried to roll out unsuccessfully, of course. And he's going to try to go for it on 4th and 13. We did bring the blitz. He picked it up, and once again, he was just on the run and didn't make a good throw. 1st and 10 to Eddie Lacy. We make an all right game. And on 2nd and 4, we're going to get the ball back to him. Nothing there. He's going to reverse field, break a tackle, and then go in for the touchdown. So I talked a lot of trash in the intro, but that was pretty good right there. 2nd and 6, he's going to roll out again, which is just a bad idea. He fumbles it in. Matthias Kimaduka with the touchdown right there. The fumble recovery for the touchdown. So a lot of self-inflicted wounds from my opponent. We're going to go ahead and kick it off to him. And like the great Deion Sanders says on NFL Game Day Live, we only show you this for 1 or 2 reasons. And right here, his Ted Ginn Jr. with some nice shiftiness is going to go for the touchdown. But watch this. Oh, he's going to celebrate. Really, bro? You're going to celebrate? All right. So we're going to give the ball to Eddie Lacy. He's going to have a nice little gain there right there. He drags the ball carrier for some nice yardage. And on 3rd and 10, we're going to drop back. I know this is supposed to be an Eddie Lacy highlight, but we got to keep him honest with the passing game, of course. So on 2nd and 6, we're going to go with the motion, still give it to Eddie Lacy. He's going to get a nice little gain there. So he does fall forward a lot, but maybe not as lot as I would like him to. And then right here we tried him on the toss play. He had just enough speed to make it in for that touchdown. So that's touchdown number 2 of the episode and of the game. My opponent's going to have the ball on 3rd and 20. Play action pass. For some reason, he's going to run and then pass it. And, of course, that's going to be inaccurate. So we're going to have the ball back. And then right here, as you can see, he does get tackled. Unfortunately, Eddie Lacy can't make or break the tackle right there. And then 1st and 10, we're going to give him the ball there on that little out route, I should say, that he runs. And he was all right. Now, the problem is, as a receiver, he doesn't really have that great of route running. And he already is that fast, so that's not a good combination. Right here on 3rd and 3, he gets a nice 1st down for us. And once again, later on 3rd and 3, we complete the ball to him, but he's able to fall forward with his momentum for the 1st down. 1st and 10. Once again, we give the ball to Eddie Lacy, but I just found myself struggling to get those extra yards. Now, after a couple of stops on 4th and goal, we couldn't really find anything, even though I had somebody open in the end zone. That's right, with Eddie Lacy, I could not punch it in because the other problem was that he would get tired. So my opponent gets stopped on 3rd down. He's going to go for it on 4th down, and right there, he completes it, and he's able to evade us long enough to get into the end zone. So what was a blowout is now a 7-point game. Now what we're going to need from Eddie Lacy is for him to basically chew the clock up as a power back should. And I mean, kinda he was able to do that. 2nd and 12, we're going to drop back to pass, and we're going to find a receiver open down the field. So I couldn't really just rely on Eddie Lacy. He didn't have the stamina, and his ability to break tackles wasn't all that great. to be honest with you, when I do these player reviews, I don't play with my full schemes. I just play a scheme enough to try to get the main guy I'm featuring touches. And I just feel like with Eddie Lacy, I wasn't able to take over games really. All right, 2nd and 11. We're gonna give him the ball. Then on 3rd and 6, right here, we're gonna have to go back and drop back to pass, and we're able to complete it to Odell Beckham Jr. for a nice little first down. So we're driving. Later on in the drive, 1st and 10. Once again, we give it to Eddie Lacy, and there he can pretty much break 2 tackles, but he gets pancaked, and 3 people are on him. Here we give him the ball out of the backfield. Once again, we're able to complete these balls to him, not because of his merit, but because it was just kind of like a scheme type thing. So as you can see, as we can continue to give him the ball, this is all I had. I mean, the inside zone run is just a great design run. I don't think that's necessarily an Eddie Lacy thing. Like, if you looked at my videos from last year on Final Edition Eddie Lacy, I mean, those were all Eddie Lacy. He was running over dudes, stiff arming guys like crazy. And right here's a great example. How does he not make it in? Right there, I was hitting the truck stick and nothing else. Same thing right here, but unfortunately, he would just get stood up by defenders. 3rd and goal, here we go. Wide open in the end zone, and the ball bounces off of his glove, so we turn the ball over on downs. The score is 3-0 on 3rd and 10, and his Jameis Winston just skies it out of the end zone. Then on 4th and 10, he's gonna go for it, but I was there for that. That should have been a pass interference on my Bobby Wagner, but nevertheless, we get the ball back. Right here, we give it to Eddie Lacy. Not only does he not truck Sean Taylor, he fumbles as well and gets blown up. So for simply, what was it, 97 trucking, 98 stiff arm, nothing much there. Now with that being said, I have nothing open down the middle, so who do I find? Eddie Lacy, who actually this time holds on to the ball and scores a touchdown. 2nd and 21, my opponent has it. I'm up 10-0 as the halftime is coming down to a close. And how many times have you seen quote-unquote legend Roy Williams get beat deep on the sideline? And there it is again. I might have to swap him out for that Rod Woodson. 1st and 10. I can show him, hey, I can bomb your defense too. Right there, Sean Taylor's getting burnt by Deshaun Jackson as I took advantage of his cover 4 and I scored a touchdown. Now I'm up 10 points again, 17-7. And once again, he tries to test me up the middle, but Kevin Johnson comes up with the interception. On 2nd and 7, we have the ball winding down before the half. I completed to Eddie Lacy, but nothing there. Once again, that play with any back that has speed or any kind of route running, you usually gouge your defense, and here I can't quite make it in with Odell Beckham Jr. So on 1st and goal with 19 seconds left, I do some motion to throw off my opponent, and right here we give the ball to Eddie Lacy, and I'm able to make it in for the end zone. So of course we were able to score some touchdowns in Lacy, but I argue that I think this is much more because of the fact that we just had the scheme to go against my opponent's defense. Right here, right before the half, he gets a huge gain that allows him to set up for a field goal as time winds down in the first half. So going into the second half, he's only down by 2 scores. Once again, he's gonna try his deep, and he's gonna beat his deep with what looks like Team of the Week Mike Evans, who we reviewed earlier in the season. So now my opponent is only down by 7, and on 1st and 10, we give it to Eddie Lacy, but of course he's not able to break any tackles at any point. So later on, 3rd and 12, we can't find anybody open, and right there we get sacked. Fortunately, Walter Jones picks it up, but we are forced to punt. Now my opponent drives on me. He gives the ball to his running back, who's able to get a first down. Now his running back is Marshall Faulk. I'm just trying on 3rd and 15, a nice little route there by his Team of the Week, Mike Evans, and puts him into the red zone, and finally he's able to punch it in with Marshall Faulk. So we have the ball, and I'm going to need to rely on Eddie Lacy one more time to try to win this game. 3rd and 4, we throw the ball up the middle. It almost gets picked off, but we're going to go for it on 4th down. I need to shut down this game, so let's see what we can do. Right here, I find a crossing route right there for a first down. Then on 1st and 10, later on, we're going to give it to Eddie Lacy. See if we can get some yards right there. A nice little gain for Eddie Lacy. 3rd and 3. Once again, we need something to happen. We complete the ball but we get hit and the ball is lodged loose. 4th and 3, we're going to go for it again. And right here, I find the completion on the out route. On 2nd and 5, once again, I still need to get some yards on the ground. As you can see there, guys, I mean, I should be breaking through some of those arm tackles, but I was just simply not. Once again, we find the out route open as my opponent focuses on the middle of the field to try to stop the run. And finally, we're just going to go ahead and cap it off right here with a toss play to Eddie Lacy, who has just enough speed for the touchdown. So all in all, guys, listen, if I were to show you stats from the two games, it would look great on paper, but I try to show you enough gameplay to show the fact that this card isn't that great, and it's been plummeting in price. Even though it's a hero card, I know there's collectibles for you to be able to complete it. I got him for around like 170,000, and by the time I went to sell him, the lowest one on the auction house was at about 139,000. So he's just continuing to go down, and it's for a reason. There's so many other cards that are even have maybe less overall that are actually a better card out there. Anyway, go ahead and like if you like the gameplay. Continue sending your recommendations in for player reviews. Subscribe if you're new for more player reviews, but most importantly, take care of yourself. Peace. And that's what I like about Michael Irvin, man. I feel like I can throw it up and he can catch most of what I threw up to him. Now right here gets man coverage. We throw it up and Michael Irvin with the one-handed catch on the blanket coverage, man. Right here, Andrew Luck. There we go, Andrew Luck on the outside of the read option for the touchdown, baby.